What's up, guys? Just go ahead and get. Let me check. There we go. Looks like a bar that shows me my talking. What's up, guys? What's up, Routing? What's RJ? Basically flat overnight. Big there's a show here. Thursday jobless claims. Powell speaks 9:10. I thought Powell spoke a little earlier than that. But Powell speaks at Monetary Policy Conference. Big catalyst. Last time Powell spoke wasn't it here? Second, Jackson Hole. What was Jackson Hole? Jackson Hole was August 25th to 27th. So last time Powell spoke was this pretty day that we had right here. So I'm not gonna say if history repeats itself, possibly so off, because that kind of killed me with Apple yesterday. But let's see, play a little smart, like always. And let's see. Definitely playing futures on that one. Premarket. Let's go to. So yesterday we took a long pre-market at 38.99 right here. We just saw we're making higher lows. And the game plan yesterday was 38.90 to hold. Yeah, we had kind of a nice reversal here. You saw we had a good buying candles. 38.90 to hold, and I drew this. I was like, let's risk a new low. Then we had 39.23, which was kind of like the double top. We had double top at 12.55, and then for some odd reason, you're kind of wicked straight up to it. Double top there. And then we had 39.37, which is this weird number, but it's holding up. Holding up as a decent. Ow, that hurt. A decent, resistance here. Probably like 37.40, but resistance here, resistance, support. Broke below resistance. If you look at the higher time frame, right here, 15-minute, beautiful break above, retest, continuation. Yesterday was definitely a trending day. Trending days are not my favorite kind of days because I play supply and demand. I like that back and forth. I like price to go back into a demand, then go. We didn't really see that anything. I like kind of like this. If we push, come back, and then go. And that's where I grab it right here. We didn't really have that yesterday. We just had just to go. which was fueled by shorts. Not sure if I read it pre-market, but it was that everyone is positioning themselves for the sell-off. Even where was the other quote I had? Even Cheddar Flow said SPY was 94% puts to 6% calls last week. So a lot of people are positioning them short. The problem is profit taking. And then, if we get a little push, that short squeeze. But that was our game plan here. We had a max of basically 101 points times 50, $5,000 possible on that long. Unfortunately, with me, I kind of went bearish a little too quick. There was no reason to, if you pop up, like I tell people, pop up your EMAs. And we're riding our EMAs up. There's really no reversal point. Really no reversal point at all. These are, which ones are these? The 11 to 5, no. Like the 11, let's see, 11, 25, 34. I don't really use this one much. I've been using this 21. So, it basically rode the 21 up. So there's really no reversal point. The only thing we did was we kind of just, I post, and both my kids are crying. This flag. I'm just going to draw the top parts of the flags at the same time. Another flag here. Kind of another flag here. Start another flag here. Another flag there. Another flag there. So 14, yeah, that's another flag here. So we had how many flag breakouts yesterday? Playing futures was pretty simple. If you stayed with the breakouts of the flags, you could have taken every single flag breakout to profit. So, which is really how things happen on our trend days, which is pretty interesting. Friday was like kind of the day of, Friday we sold off, and it was like you could have played kind of bear flags. Flag there, flag there, flag there, flag there, flag there, flag there. So next time we kind of have a trending day, I'm just going to start playing flags. So, but overall, yes, we had that outside day. So I'm going to do my broadening formation. And also, we had a strong green candle, so we do create a demand here. So one of the plays I'm looking for, if we don't just straight sell off today, possibly sell off into this zone here. We do have this doji supply up here at 4024, which hasn't been touched yet. We're at the 4020. So this one's fresh, kind of at last week's lows. I'm now red on my short. I shorted over the night and I woke up with like 20% profit, $20 profit. So I'm just gonna hold. But you know, this kind of game plan with Powell talking possibility. But with this broad information, we kind of fix it up because it looks different on different time frames. Add. So you tell our overnight high was actually on that broad information. So, well, I like to, you know, I do use, some people know I kind of give SIHT to strat traders, but just because they take credit no matter what. But I do like the 3 bars, still like inside bars. But basically all overnight just consolidation. So, you know, we're just gonna wait. I want to take a play. Well, I think Powell's gonna mess everything up, so might as well look at kind of bigger time frame levels. But overall, you got overnight low, overnight high, very close to each other. There are 4 hour, really no 4 hours actually inside bar. Really don't have any really don't have any supplies created on higher time frames. We do have a 3 hour right here. So if we do come down here, I'm definitely looking for possible bounce because that was a pretty strong buy. But main thing is, if it was a short squeeze, you know, this push should be short-lived. Kind of dead cat and whatnot. NQ. I have my broad information up. Strong sell-off. We did hit our kind of our 2 hour supply yesterday, and that's kind of where we stalled. And that's where I kind of decided to take a short overnight because we stalled. You could tell sellers started to come in. Same with here. 2 o'clock. I should have put forgot to put, usually when I swing futures, I kind of put sells. I think I have 3 MESs. I put sell here, and then one way down because Europe kind of goes back and forth. So Europe sold off. We came back up. What did we do? We touched that doji from that sell off of Europe, and we sold off. What we do? We sold off again. Actually, you can tell that was actually a pretty decent supply because what that supply do, like I always try to tell people, what does supply do? We broke structure. I was trying to pop up BOS, break a structure, because you have higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. What did we do? We created a lower low right there. And back up. Whatever happened, but pretty good short there. I want to start playing Europe. I kind of happened at 7. Let's see what our volume is from yesterday, from 930 to 1600. So kind of a B shape. Seems like more sellers came up here. Our value area was down here, so most of the buying and selling happened here. So we need to break. Let's see big back into the 12-2s. You So look at how many different techniques I'm using, just to mark these charts up. Supply and demand, broad informations, um, volume profiles. It's best to mark these up pre-market. Get most of the thing. Yeah, Rowdy, when my wife's switching the mid shift, and I'm gonna start waking up earlier because I gotta start watching the kids at like 10:30, 11. So I'm not really gonna catch the most of. I'll still be able to trade, but when I trade from my laptop and not my desk setup, I like to go less, and it's a little less conviction because you don't have everything right in front of you. So definitely, yeah, I've been seeing a lot of Europe. It's pretty simple, a lot slower and whatnot. But I kind of been liking it. But I just gotta wake up early. I don't want to do that. The main thing we have, NQ, a lot of volume down here, so possibly definitely watching us to see what happened, react to that volume. But of course, Paul at 910 probably going to change a lot of things. NQ on the daily. We have a daily demand down here. Let's see if we have that poke out as a pretty solid smaller time frame demand right here. So 12, if we drop down to 12, definitely looking for a possibly pop back up. SPY. No, same thing. We're just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6 days. 6 days. Will you fire up the live stream early? I'm not live streaming today. I'm supposed to live stream for a certain Discord, but the owner's kind of really. He's supposed to send me a link for Zoom. And it really hasn't been happening. It's very lack of communication. But just a little lack of communication. I'm still working. I want to get through next week, which my mom's in town, and then I'm gonna try to work on. I really wish this stream, like I could have a little small box in the bottom right to have my laptop. I really need to figure out how to do that. There is a way to do it, and that's what I'm gonna try to do. Like kind of on the opposite side of my symbol, have my laptop, and that'll be my futures. So we kind of watch it. But that's some, because I'm not sure what's gonna happen next week with my mom in town. I just spend a lot of time with her, but my kid has to go to school, so I'll still have some free time. QQQ, I noted that dark pool. The first dark pool yesterday with SPY and QQQ was at this 295.83. I don't even know why I wrote it out. 295.83, which was the first dark pool live print. Yesterday was right here. Obviously, I was a freaking buy. Tell where they bought it. They obviously bought it at a broken resistance. You can tell, this 295 was obviously like a pretty solid resistance here. Kind of broke above, kind of holding. And they bought and then just pushed it up 1.47%. Kind of missed that. Just because the other one was a sell and I thought it was a buy, so I kind of messed up the other one, which was that QQQ swinger, that 99 QQQ, which I sold for a loss and then freaking printed for people. People are sending me their P&Ls. I'm like, a-hole, I lost. I didn't lose. The overall trade was a wash, but like, man, if I would have held, it would have been really nice. Same with Tesla. I'm not trading Tesla anymore. I'll trade Tesla in the Momo days, the momentum days, but whatnot. Oil, had some nice oil alerts based off this demand. Post on my Twitter, I was like, I want to short it down to 83. You know, it was up here at like 86. Pretty solid. We have a demand here. And then, you know, if we drop below this, we're definitely going to get underneath the 80s with oil. So definitely watching that. But we did catch that bottom of this demand to push up. But then the main thing I'm watching is look at this 86 area. Pretty solid. Pretty solid support. Are we gonna pop back up and create and make it use as a resistance? $8.15? Do we have $8.15? ECB. Well, that short's starting to look a little ugly. So also like the ECB said inflation's too high. They need to do the rates higher. Well, I should average that down. EVXY kind of in this pattern. So Tubbs, if you go to my website, okay, go to supply and demand course. If you just want to read through this, I have a PowerPoint and some 3 different videos on supply and demand. Which I really kind of need to redo, but I do show the different rally-based rally. I show how to draw that drop-based drop, rally-based rally. I show how to draw every single one. You know, fair market value gaps. I go through this on my course. Right here, I do a fair value gaps to kind of have an overall supply and demand one. And I do my Fibonacci retracements, which I go through that too. So if you just go to my website, it's excaliburanalytics.us. It's in the bio in the below. You could get a little more in depth into it, but it's pretty much what you're doing is you're looking for impulse candles. I prefer a higher time frame. So with ES, we're looking for, I always start on a daily. We're looking for a very strong impulse candle that's before kind of a basing candle. So a basing candle is it's kind of like a low body right here, like a small body candle. So that you obviously you open and close at the same spot, and you have your sellers come in. That's what you're looking for. Sellers that come in. That's where you create your supply. Then you're looking for it to come back up here and then sell off again. So yesterday we did create a demand because we had a strong, you could tell sellers came in, whether it was short squeeze or whatnot. Buyers came in very strong. So this little base is where your demand's going to be. And then you kind of break it down. If you kind of really want to break it down into a smaller time frame and see where right here, see how in this area, so in this green box for 3, 6, 9 hours, they basically agreed on price. Then sellers came in, or buyers came in, pushed the price up 1.63%. So you're waiting for price to come back down here, right here, and then pop back up. Obviously, it doesn't work 100%. That's why you have your risk. So, we look for a pop back down here in a reversal, start seeing it reverse. And you just put your stop loss like just right under it. Put your stop loss right here. So if we do bounce from the bottom of it, right up. But obviously when we break it down into smaller time frames, you could tell where sellers or buyers came in. Even, look at that. They came up. Sellers were strangely pushed it down. So in this box, you could tell where, where did buyers come in? Right here at the bottom of that flag. If not, they came in down here. So that, you look at that zone, you could either, buyers either came in strong here or they came in strong here. Volume profile, you kind of have a little node here, so possibly here, and a lot of volume here, but just a lot of consolidation. That's how I draw my supply and demand. But to make it a valid one, you need to break structure. So, on the 3 hour, what are we doing from here to here? We're basically from here to here. Lower highs, lower lows, lower high, lower low. That one was kind of a weird one. Created kind of a higher high, higher low, but then we created a lower high, lower low. Right here, supply created. Are we able to create a new higher high? Yes, because we broke this previous high. Basically what happened here, I said this is kind of a weird one. Come back down here, yeah, we created a demand here, which we were able to break previous higher high. So look, where did we have a little bounce here? So if you took a long when you saw a reversal, let's just say right here, took a long, you still got 25 points. Pretty good move. Main thing is people who look at Google, people who think who put like kind of support. I don't like seeing it on Twitter. A lot of people just put like a support line. They call it a demand. They're like, okay, this is the demand. This is where buyers come in. It's not really, doesn't work, especially with the futures. So you can tell it breaks through. It's just, this is a support. This is a resistance area. This is a support area. That's why I kind of keep them different. You can tell Google right here. Huge, strong downturn. We have a red candle, big push up, broke our previous pivot high. What's up, red? Previous high. So that's how strong it is. I missed this one. Google up 4% since. But let's go back to UVXY. UVXY, we're kind of hitting a I think it's a 4 hour, 3 hour, 2 hour. You know, we had a demand here. We broke above, came back down, demand here, broke above, but did it break previous structure? Not really. You going to school?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's Brian?
Want me to take him or?
You can if you want. Love you.
70 degrees outside.
But did we? Yeah, let's hit some like buttons, guys. Like, subscribe. Appreciate it. You know, I do this every morning for y'all. I'm saying personal. This is do it for y'all. Do it for me too, obviously. But you know, the more you guys learn, the better you're gonna be as a trader. Hands down. But did it break structure? Kind of. I mean, I would like to see it here. You have your flag broke down, popped up, so debatable. That's why I saw a couple people who I follow who do supply and demand. They took puts overnight. Coming down here, VIX. Here's my VIX, 4 hour here. We haven't hit this 2789. Basically here, this is what's keeping us down kind of. But you know, how many times have it touched? So if we break above this, we break in this, I think we're heading higher. I think we're gonna head into the 30s. But we're just chilling right now. Apple didn't sell the event, unfortunately. Which, looking back at it, this is probably why we didn't sell the event. Let me turn this background off. So the reason we didn't, what I'm seeing is we didn't sell the event is the last two events, we ran up to the event and then sold the event. This one, we've been kind of selling off into the event. So that's why we didn't really sell off. The phone wasn't really special. The big pop was on the iPod, no, the AirPods, which was very interesting. Not sure why that was, but you can tell usually, you know, Apple, you really like to run up to the event. You know, that's pretty much a good catalyst for a run up, and then you sell the news. But you know, this way, how the market's been going this way is we kind of been selling into the event. And that's why what happened. So, you know, I'll add that to my personal Discord, which is free on Apple, you know. And I even said, like, I was in a VC, I was like, you know, if history repeats itself, I'm like, but this year, history repeats itself is not working. Because April was supposed to be one of our best trading months historically. And April was horrible. Right here.
Oh.
Yes, it does. But let's see what Apple, you know, not a crazy run up after the event, but still holding. That's why I went a week out. You know, that's what you got to do. Kind of protect your downside if it doesn't sell off. But, you know, overall, I am biased. Everything's going to change though with Powell. But I am trying to stay biased to a crash coming. Not a crash, but a pretty good sell off again. This is just a short covering dead cat bounce. But that's what happened on Apple. AMD. Last week's lows is holding right now. We have pretty good bounces off last week's lows. Same thing, like I tell people, something you always want to do on your charts. Just do your last week low, last week high. Every Monday I go through and move them. So you'll see them as support and resistances and stuff like that. But AMD, last week low is holding very well. Other than that, I really don't see much with AMD. I think possibly heading down more, which is sad. I love AMD long term. I think eventually AMD is going to be a very good long term buy. Same with Apple. If Apple continues to sell off for your long term ports, Amazon. A lot of people went bearish on Amazon yesterday. Not sure why. Like I said, that 126 area, we're just hanging around. Someone in here was talking about it too. I was like, it's not really where I want it. We're looking at it. We're just hanging between last week's low, last week's high. We were down here, and yesterday we had a decent push up. Then yesterday I kind of drew this downtrend or uptrend, 1, 2, 3 touches of it. So thick. Amazon, really nothing I'm looking at. We're still at inside week, and it's Thursday. It's a short week. But just like a lot of things, yesterday was a demand was created, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles within $4. Wait for the break. Wait for that breakout. Because we're either gonna head back up to this consolidation, or we're gonna come back down, probably hit 120, 115. Jobless claims came out. I had a lot of news today. Google, I love Google for a swing. I've been wanting to swing Google calls, but I'm telling myself it's September, midterms coming up. Not sure where this market's going to go, and I really want to not try to swing Google calls. I'm actually going to sell one of these. So my overnight swinger, I'm up. I was up $100 on 3 MESs. Not the best, but whatever. But Google, pretty much every demand it's created, it's popped up. Every supply it's created, kind of broken, but came back down. Just respecting demands, had its earnings push up. So we have a demand here with a gap up. So it's definitely very strong. Play's probably already done. Meta, not as strong yesterday. That's didn't break Tuesday's highs. But look at Meta, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days between 156 and 166. Should be looking at Meta intraday. Microsoft, from the earnings, what made me take it long? You had posted on my Twitter, Brad. You had MES or NQ hitting this Supply. Look at this supply. Strong. This is a huge sell off. Like this ain't a normal sell off, guys. This is a hell of a candle right here. So, most likely I think prices are gonna come back up and sell off again. Right, Brad? Supply and demand. You could tell yesterday when we started hitting this box, we that's where we stalled out. So it's showing me strength. Came back up, came back more into it, showed more strength. And then UVXY is hitting that demand. Yeah, price moves and waves. That's what hurt me yesterday. I was looking, where should we short? Where should we short? Where's our pullback? And obviously happening now. If Powell still goes with that. But yeah. I kind of like those overnight crap, like 2 MESs, because more times than not, Europe's gonna kind of like, I have an NQ. Europe had a nice bounce down, push up, bounce down. So if you got in like right here and then put a sell here, put like a sell here, your one was sold. And we popped up into the supply, sold off again. So I'm kind of liking these overnight if everything matches up. And then, of course, Powell, if you look back, Powell sold the market off super strong. Hopefully do it again. Microsoft, what I was trying to say is we had this. Microsoft came down to where I thought it would come down. We broke kind of this little tiny head and shoulders, whatnot right here. This form of resistance that became support. We broke below. We're just clearing up horrible volume. That's weird volume profile for where is it over? Back there. And I said, from here to the 25th, when we're looking like this, all our volume was located here. We just had like a little node here, and then if we broke below that, we would definitely see a big drop. That's basically what happened. But we are kind of catching a few bids here where our earnings we sold off and then bought it up. No, earnings was a big push up. So you can tell from our earnings, we're exactly sold off at first. Buyers came in like right here. So I say right there, 253, super strong candle up. Let's see if that matches up. Look at that, 253. Bids start coming in, we push up. Microsoft calls would have been worked. NVIDIA, NVIDIA is a key hold down here at 133.5, 32. Holding last week's lows. getting a few dark pools down here. I think people are starting to like the buys. Probably long term, because if you look at Nvidia, from the highs down 61%. Nvidia shouldn't be like that. AMD has been destroyed. Nvidia's been destroyed. Semiconductors are kind of the future, so that's why I kind of like them long term. But we kind of nailed this flag. We got inputs here, and sold them like down here. I mean, if we would have held, we would have been all on our little mini vacation right now. Tesla, kind of a little struggle yesterday. Just had this 280. I was telling you guys, watch this 280 area where we have former support that came resistance. 1, 2. That's resistance there. And then we started had a decent push up, broke that downtrend. We just started kind of consolidating. Got in, averaged out, and then once I finally got a little more profit, I got out. So it just didn't move. Didn't move with the market. So look at this big, it dropped big, SPY barely dropped. SPY recovered very well. With right here, it was already above, making a new high of the day. Tesla was low. So, if you have this up, you tell Tesla was definitely weaker. Drastic drops. It finally made a new high here, and, SPY was way above a new high. So that's why I kind of as soon as I got profit, I got out. And that's the main ones today. Everyone's just probably waiting around for Powell. Go back to futures. NQ, NQ's kind of taking a hit. There's that 12.2. Yes. A little stronger. But my strategy this month is just go 3. I'm gonna start doing just 3 contracts with everything. And if I do average out, it gives me an opportunity to average in. That's kind of what I did with Tesla. But as long as I stay 3, I have 2 on Apple. I still have a possibility to average down Apple. But I was telling people yesterday, you don't average down if the stock just keeps going up. There's really, that's kind of stupid. Not necessarily stupid, but if price keeps going up, there's no point of averaging it down. Possibly where I kind of want to average it down be I was waiting to average down when I saw where we had this I don't know why it's not showing on this one. We had this kind of uptrend. And I was waiting for us to break that uptrend to average down. So that's why I try to tell people, don't average down. If we keep going up, don't average down, because you're just averaging down a losing position. You have time. We have time on this. We have till next Friday. The average, if you average down here, when you average down here, you're still going to have a good average down because you want the price down here. You're only going to make $20 more. It's really, the risk reward's not there. But obviously, getting a good sell on it right now. Let's go do dark pool. We'll do a little dark pool and then wrap it up. So I've been really loving dark pool. Well, we do our let's look at our flow and then dark pool, okay? SPY low start 7th to 8th. No. How do I do previous day? I can't do previous day. Historical. What I always do, I just watch above 500,000, so 500,000 and above, and out of money. Everything else, I don't care. The SPY, you can tell they're definitely nailing these 1021 380s. And then early on, they're nailing these 1216 380s. So, you know, they're trying to nail these farther ones, which you kind of don't really want to watch because they're just going to hold. Could be hedges, could be holding. Dark pool, studies, dark pool volume, filters, rate range, today. SPY, we really had kind of nothing intraday. Everything delayed. The signature prints are delayed. Showed they bought that dip. They bought it open, which sucks because you can't tell until later in the day that they bought the bottom. I hate. I should be able to. It should be able to do that. QQQ was the first one that came in. Kind of came in live. Yesterday was the 7th. So the first one on the 7th. $221,295,000. So they came in right here. It was the first actual live one. They just pushed it back up. Which is probably these people just buying more. See what Apple looked like. The QQQ, the big daddies, QQQ is actually very interesting. Dude, what kind of calls? Which could be the hedges too. So Apple, only thing I saw was this one, 1021 call. This was kind of earlier in the day. 2-day dark pool. A lot of selling at close. And someone bought the almost exact bottom yesterday at 154.09, 30 million. So someone got that bottom on Apple, which was technically, I mean, that was a good spot. It was, you know, we're holding that as a support. So that's why I kind of looking at dark pools. You know, they know where to buy. They know exactly where to buy, and that was a pretty good spot on buy. That was a smart person. AMD, you know, AMD. I'm looking for. Are they starting to load up? Are they starting to, you know, what are they trying to do? No, they bought kind of at the lows, sold at close. The only thing there was is a leap for a little bit. What's next? Amazon. You know, Amazon's sideways. Are they accumulating? Are they, you know, what are they doing with Amazon? 97. Oh no, expiration. Big Daddy Long. Amazon pretty big on the dark pools yesterday. That first one, they see, and then I get mad at myself because you know, those first low ones, you could tell it's obviously held as a nice support. And look at that continuation. You had pretty decent sells at close, which does happen before events. Amazon, Google on, don't matter. Meta, let's see what Meta's doing. Meta, no big daddies are buying. yet. Dark pool 43, 20, 20. Nothing big. So Meta, not much going on. Microsoft. Pretty big on these 120 23s, but they're pretty expensive. So, well, unlike every other stock, we just had that dark pool at close. So watch it close price. Penny. Just looking. Sorry. Definitely watching that close price as a resistance. See if we drop, come back up to the close, and then drop again. Because we had 307 million at close. Well, 307. Wish it would say how much. 307, 161. So pretty big ones at close. So watch Microsoft close price. The video 11/8/22. It kind of loaded up probably earlier in the day. The video, last couple of days, actually decent dark pull down here. So I want to see if the video holds those low prices right now. And then Tesla had a decent move. So let's see what Tesla more active on the calls at open, which was that push. A lot of far out Tesla. Dark pool, nothing crazy on dark pool. Kind of in the middle, and then at close. So overall, I feel like dark pool is just kind of sitting on the sideline right now. We're just letting price do itself. Because I think they're either in. I think they're in positions light though. But futures, let's watch this. So right here we have a kind of flagging, and then we have a former support here. Support here. That's with a nice support bounce. Now we have a resistance. So we're going back. There's that breakdown. It's gonna wick it. It's that easy, guys. It's me $200. There we go. Sold 211, bought 201. 10 points. 10 points on NQ. This is NQ. 10 points. 1 point is $20. So that's $200. $200 right there, guys. Live with you guys. It's futures, like, fortunately, you got to kind of dumb it down with futures a little bit. Overcomplicating things is killer. I'm up to 122 on my overnight swing. I already sold one. Yeah, I definitely need to figure out how to get my laptop up here. There's 125 right there. Still, what? But appreciate you guys. I'm not gonna stay on for 9:10. I'm probably gonna join the Discord and chit chat and do that. So appreciate you guys. Yeah, next week I'm gonna nail down how to get my laptop to stream. I think I could do Zoom because I can share a screen on here. I can share a screen on there. Look at that. Oh, we're still dropping. NQ's at 187. Sorry, 187. 187. That's another $250. But yeah, next week we're gonna try to nail down how to get that on. And I want to do more futures tradings. Want to do because I'm honestly, I love futures. I'm starting to really kind of hate options. With options, you don't have to worry about, for futures, you don't have to worry about Greeks. You don't have to worry about which contract to grab. Say they're going to eat away at this. Well, there's so many factors that go into options. Futures, simple as that. Like flag breakdown, buy here, sell here. Simple. $200, just like that. You don't have to overthink it. Just keep it simple. Appreciate you guys. Tomorrow's Friday.